This video is created by Jagrat Creation. It is on bank accounts. I wish to solve one small sum on bank accounts, wherein how the amount of bad debt reserve, provision for bad debt reserve, need to be made by the bank as per the guidelines of Reserve Bank of India that I want to consider. Observe the sum on the screen. From the following information, find out the amount of provision required to be made in the profit and loss account of a commercial bank for the year ended on 31st of March 2017. The assets are classified: standard asset, substandard asset, doubtful asset, doubtful for more than 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, more than 3 years, loss assets. Now, how much provision for bad and doubtful debt should be made by the bank and need to be debited to profit and loss account? For that, observe. This is the details of the sum. Now, standard assets 3 lakhs. What is standard asset? Standard assets are one which does not disclose any problem and which does not carry more than normal risk attached to the business. Such asset is considered to be a performing asset. It has been directed that the bank should make a provision against the various assets on the following basis. So for standard assets, you are required to make a provision of 0.4%. So if you make a 3,000 into 0.4%, these figures are in lakhs. So provision required is 3,000 into 0.4, 12 lakhs. Now, for substandard assets, the rates of provision for substandard and doubtful and loss assets are as follows. Category of advances: substandard, secured exposure. So for substandard asset 2,200, you should presume that it is a secured exposure. So you are required to make a provision of 15%. Unsecured exposure is not given. In case of unsecured element, in case of unsecured element, the 25% provision is to be made. Unsecured in respect of infrastructure loan account, where certain safeguards such as escrow accounts are available, for that 20%. Doubtful advances, unsecured portion is 100%. Doubtful advances, secured portion, 1 year, 1 to 3 year and 3 years are given to you, and loss advances. Now these substandard assets, which is considered to be having a secured element, so 2,22,000, 15% thereof. So you are required to make a provision of 2,200 into 15%. Now unsecured exposure is not there. Now doubtful, 1 year, so up to 1 year, it is 25%. So 900 into 25%. Now for 2 years, 40%. So 600 into 40%, this is the provision for bad debt reserve is required to be made by the bank as per the guidance of RBI. Now 3 years, up to 3 years, so same percentage, 40%. And more than 3 years, so doubtful more than 3 years, doubtful state for more than 3 years, then 100% provision is to be made. And for loss assets, loss advances, you are required to make 100% provision. So 600 into 100%. So this total is the amount of provision for bad debt reserve required to be made by the bank. This will be debited to profit and loss account, and the other effect of this provision for doubtful debt will appear in Schedule 5, other liabilities. So this is a small question that was asked, that has been explained to you. I feel that you have followed all these things. Thanks to all.